Dina has asked, can villains be sympathetic characters, and how can we make them as sympathetic as possible? Not for the people to hate them in the very beginning. So she goes on and says, my villain ends up being the hero at the end, but in the beginning, his character doesn't really display that. Although I feel like I want to add some sympathy, and I don't know how to. So yeah, maybe you could speak a little bit more about the cheat codes with antagonists, because I think that's really interesting.
I think you can use them almost the same way. And I think the key thing, the real only thing for an antagonist is we're not following them typically. And usually they're just in the character's way, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to be purely evil. In fact, purely evil gets a little uninteresting at times. I really like a character who makes some sense on the page, but they're opposing our character who makes just a little bit more sense than them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a nice balance if they're likable and still interesting. I think about my story. The main, really the corporation is the main bad guy, but it's faced by Marcus Defoe, who's kind of like leading these 10 kids through space and in control of everything. And what I did with him to make him a little bit more likable is that he is so polished and just he shines, right? When he's in the room, you like lean in a little bit. And I think that can almost make us feel like he's likable, even though he's doing things that are really not that great. And so I think that just little tweaks like that, something that makes the character feel interesting or fascinating or curious or I really think that the way he's thinking about this problem makes sense, but maybe he's applying it and executing it the wrong way. There's lots of ways, I think, to make us fall head over heels for an antagonist, and either do that at the end where they're the hero or pull the rug out as they go too far in what they're thinking. Those things all work.
Great. If you enjoyed this video, we've got a lot more on writingmastery.com. Check the description for links to our blog, free writing tools, and more. Happy writing.